Hi everybody, it's Claire. This is just a second little tutorial for today. Having a little bit of a tutorial day. You can see in front of you I've got Johanna Basford's Ivy and the Inky Butterfly and a wonderful star-filled page from the Elves Feast section of the storybook. This page I posted around about, I think, a week ago on our Johanna Basford Your Pages site. And it's done with some little art glue pens called Stickles. And Claire Eady, Colour with Claire, has already done a tutorial for these in terms of how to use them. But what you guys have asked me about this page is with reference to the fade out around the text. So that's what I thought I'd show you on this page. So you can see the wonderful effect these little glitter glue pens make. If I just take that out of the way and move the page slightly, you can see that the glitter really catches the light. And as I say, Claire Eady has made a little video on doing a review of these stickles and showing you what they are and how they work. So I'm not going to repeat that today, but I am going to show you how I achieved the fade around the text. So move the book out the way, and you can see I've got my practice book underneath, nice and ready. Again, forgive me if I'm croaking my way through this, I haven't been too well. So, what I've got is very, very simple. I've got my Prismacolour indanthrone blue even, and I've got a Prismacolour NuPastel stick. Now these don't have names, they just have reference numbers. So this one is 285, and you can see it's a very, very deep navy blue. So very similar to the indanthrone blue, and I've picked them specifically because if I just show you them close together, they're a pretty close match in colour, and that's what we want, because what I'm going to do is colour up until about this point here, and then use a similar colour pastel to just go over the edge of the pencil and up to the edge of the text. But there's a knack to doing it, so that's what I thought I'd make you a quick tutorial for. So let's put the pastel to one side for a minute. I'm just going to work on this kind of top line here, okay? So you can see that pretty well. I might actually zoom you in a little bit. How's that look? Maybe it's down a bit. Now, what I'm going to do is, like I say, I'm going to work along here. And I'm going to start by roughly about halfway up. I've got my indanthrone blue Prismacolour pencil, and I'm going to barely touch the page, gently, gently, gently. Just scumble in a few millimetres of colour and work my way along. Very, very little pressure. And I'll tell you why in a minute. So it's almost like you are marking out, if you see me blend with Prismacolour pencils, it's almost like you're marking out a little blend line. And this is just a really good way of being able to colour a page and mix your media, mix it with pastels, to fade around the text, because you can colour up to the text and fade out and just blend with white Prismacolour pencil or any white pencil or a blender pencil. You can colour right up to the edge of the text, but I think the pastel works a little bit better because you've got more control over it, and it's not as deep when you get to the lines of the story. So then I'm going to follow up behind this. Again, light touch, but ever so slightly firm. So if you've seen my advanced blending tutorial for Prismacolours, similar to this, so we're making up kind of little rows, and you can see that first one I put down was a lot lighter in touch than this one that I'm doing now, but I'm still only pressing, I'm not even pressing medium firm, I'm still only putting a small amount of pressure through that pencil. Okay, and then we're going to do the same again, a little bit firmer. So now I've got a kind of like a medium firm pressure on this pencil. Okay, and then the final one I'm going to do, now I know it looks a bit rough and ready, but I want it like that because the pastel's going to cover it up and blend it out. So behind this, and now I'm pressing quite firmly, so you can see there's a lot more pigment going onto the paper. But again, it's straightforward. It's not rocket science. Everything I try to show you, I want to hope that you can replicate quite easily, because that's the point, is just to enjoy it and not have to think about, oh gosh, it's just too hard and I don't know what to do. And my tutorials are kind of aimed at helping you do things that look quite impressive, but actually, once you know the tricks to do them, are pretty straightforward. So you can see that behind that you would clearly kind of, you know, colour up to your pattern. So that, I'm not going to colour it all in for time's sake, but you can see that this would go up in a firm hand to the line of your pattern there. Okay, and again, you don't have to choose blue, just choose a pencil. If you wanted to try this technique, just choose a pencil and a pastel of any colour, of any brand rather, that just are very, very similar to each other, as similar as you can get. Okay, so I'll put that pencil down. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my pastel. I'm not going to break it. I don't like breaking my pastels. They're too pretty. I have snapped a few by accident, but I don't break them. I just use them as you see them. So what I'm going to do is I've just put a little fingerprint of colour there. So I'm just going to rub that away. So that's just an art gum eraser. Right. So all I'm going to do is I'm going to put between the edge of the light touch pencil and the text, I'm going to go along and put a very light touch line in the pastel. Light, hardly pressing. Okay. Then I'm going to go behind it, press a tiny bit firmer. Okay. Now we're starting to get over the edge of the pencil. Again, slightly firmer. You can see it's just crumbled a little bit. Don't worry about that. Just blow it off. It's because I'm putting slightly more pressure on the page. Okay, and then we're going to go over that last little bit in a firm touch. And now we get to play. I'm just going to get this tiny bit of broken pastel out of the way, because otherwise it'll be all over the place. Like that. I'm going to have my cloth on hand. So what I'm going to do, you can see my fingers are a little bit dirty because I've been practicing. But all I'm going to do is start from the top, and I'm just going to go around, and I'm just going to push in little circles like that. So scumble in with your finger, push that pastel into the pencil, but start up here because you'll put less pressure on when you get down to where the text is. So push that pastel into the pencil, and then as you get further down, still scumble it in, but lighter. Gently, gently. And then you can just blow the excess away. So you can see that by leaving those blend lines, by doing the blend lines in the pencil and having it kind of in the lighter touch towards the edge, you can really blend that pastel into it, and you can't see where the pencil starts and the pastel stops, if you know what I mean. I'm just going to wipe my fingers slightly because I want this edge bit to be very, very fine. So I'm actually going to use a different finger. Okay, and you can just dampen your fingers down with a bit of water if you wanted to. Then just gently, roughly over the edge. So you can see there how you've got a really nice fade out around the text. And basically that's how we achieved it with the stickle page. And you can go back and you can put more pastel over little bits if you wanted to kind of make it even more invisible. You can keep going back and just gently building up layers so that it really is invisible. And because you've picked colours that match in the pastel and the pencil, it's pretty seamless. And then pastel is quite forgiving. So if you felt like, where is my, there it is. So if you felt, I'm at the state of my fingers, but that's the fun bit. If you felt like you'd gone too far into the text, pastel when it's light is quite forgiving, so you can just take it back a little bit if you felt like you'd gone too far. I like to take it just onto the top of the text. basically that's it. So that shows you how you can mix the media to get this. And I don't really want to touch my proper book because I'm filthy, but if I just quickly grab it, you can see there that that's how I achieved the blend out, the fade out around that text. So everything up to about here and back over is the stickles clearly in the glitter, and then the Prismacolor pencils, and then you've matched the pastels to kind of fade around the edge. And it's quite a good technique because sometimes it's difficult to know what to do with these text pages, and I just think that's a really good way of having something that's pretty but not obliterating the story and the design. So I hope that's helped. Again, really straightforward, and again, if you want to ask me anything, just drop me a line. Bye for now, guys.